What is going on? Joined today by my good friend Zack Davis. Zack is a pro fighter, fights out of Vinci Martial Arts. You got another camp you go to?
Yeah, Saban's out of Carbondale.
Carbondale, okay. And you drive all the way to us for Brian Ramsey.
Yes, sir.
What's that about?
It's where home is, man. It was honestly where I got my first start.
He's a badass coach, dude.
First actual gym, we'll say.
Right.
But yes.
When I found it, I thought, man, this is just like the closest place. Like, it's the only place I can go. And then a couple weeks in, I was like, this is badass. This, it's cool, man.
It drags you in. The people that come there, the brotherhood, it's all, it's family. It's another family.
And the way Coach treated me like you,
right.
My second class,
right.
My second class, I was just as important as his fucking pro fighter who's got a bright future. And I thought that is awesome, man.
That is, because you're only as good as your weakest link. So let's work on, you know what I'm saying? Let's get our other people in here showing you guys how to do everything, and you should.
I love it, dude. Anytime I get discouraged, Leidick or just one of the guys will say, "Hey, man, you should go face off with the Danton that joined the gym," and you would stomp that motherfucker's ass.
You are leaps and bounds. You caught me in a Kimura.
I wasn't gonna say it on air. I submitted this bad motherfucker.
He did.
No.
He did.
No.
It was nice. It was nice.
It was one of those awesome moments where I thought, do I have it? And then you were fighting it. And I said, come on, man, let me have it. And he just patted me on the ass. All right, you got it, buddy. So he could have got out. This guy's the man. But
it was good. Before
we jump into all that shit, let's talk about the fights.
Yes.
This past Saturday night, man, was awesome. Glover Teixeira won the light heavyweight title. Not a single human on the planet gave this dude a shot.
I don't know. I texted you. I was texting you. I was like, dude, Teixeira by knockout, guarantee it. And then
I said I got him by sub in one of my parlays, and he hit it. But what I didn't tell you was I had already blown that parlay. I had already blown that parlay on Sandhagen. But the fight was 8 minutes, and Glover just fucked him up the whole time, dude. There was not a moment that I thought Blachowicz was in the fight.
There was one for me.
Where was that?
Because Glover's chin, everybody knows Glover had, and he got caught one time, and I was like, oh,
I saw
man.
it. I saw it.
Is this where the fight turns? But then Glover just kept pushing, and he had that pressure on him.
That's right. The shot that you're talking about was before Glover caught him with the left, and when he caught him with that left hook, that's when I was like, okay, he was never even compromised.
Yep.
I thought, that's Polish power. Nothing happened.
No.
Then Glover dropped him. Well, he didn't drop him, but he wobbled him. Jan was retreating, and I thought, this is what he wants. He wants the fist fight. Like, what's he doing? Next thing you knew, dude, when they were on the ground, Jan Blachowicz was tapping out before the choke was in.
I haven't seen a ground game from him since he's been in the UFC.
Well, when he fought Adesanya. Now,
that's a different story. You're fighting somebody. Adesanya has no reason to even go up to 205. He's not that big.
But he didn't actually go up. He weighed in at his cut weight.
Yeah.
That bothered me. If you're going to do it for real.
The super fight would be 170, but we all know he's not going to go down to 170 to fight.
He won't. Did you hear what Usman said yesterday?
No.
They were grilling this guy on ESPN saying, come on, let's talk super fights. What's it going to take to get you to move up to 85 and fight Adesanya? And he's like, you guys know I'll never fight Adesanya. But there's a difference with competing. If they offer us $100 million and Izzy wants to do it, we'll compete at 185. That's the super fight.
Really?
Dude.
I didn't know he said that.
Yeah, he said that yesterday. And
it would take millions of dollars.
It would take
what he was saying.
Millions, yeah. So I don't see that happening. But with Glover, it's cool because, a lot of, if you're in the know, you know that he had visa issues like in his prime and he was stuck in Brazil.
They talked about that after the fight.
He was like King Kong in Brazil that he couldn't get to the UFC. He couldn't get here. And when he finally got here, I'm not saying it was over for him.
6 fights he had a title fight, or 4 fights.
He got a title fight quick, but it was past his day.
Yes.
So that's why this is special. So he goes and fights Jones. He gets obliterated. He's an up and down fighter since then. And then he goes on this run. He fucks up Anthony Smith, a couple other top 10 guys. And then last year they're saying, well, he's next for the title, I guess. Well, then Izzy goes, well, I want to try first. And they put Glover to the side, bro.
They did do that.
Glover was 40 when this happened. And they made him wait a whole nother fucking year for that title fight, and he still won the motherfucker, dude. I couldn't believe it happened, bro.
I was juiced, to say the least. I was fucking jacked. Like, I'm not going to lie. Some of the fight card I wasn't really paying attention to. I might have got a little, extracurricular activities that I partake in.
I heard that.
A little too much. And I was maybe dozing off, and then that fight came on, and it happened, and I was
wired for sound. Yeah, I heard
wound for sound.
Dude, it was weird that the fights were on so early, but it did drag a little bit in the middle, especially
I know
that Volkov fight. Volkov Teixeira about put my ass to sleep, baby, and I was stone cold sober.
That's what did it for me, that fight right there. Dude. I was like, man.
I had Volkov by decision in like every parlay I made because the dude doesn't finish anybody. Chad was at the house. He's my co-host, and you watch, so you know. But yeah. I said, does Volkov knock people out? And he goes, he can. I go, does he do it? He goes, no. And I said, okay, I'll leave it alone, because it was like plus 470 for him by knockout, and I didn't think that other guy had a shot, but I didn't. I just left it alone. But anyways, we got to get rolling.
Yes.
So co-main event: Petr Yan, Corey Sandhagen. I had all my eggs in the Sandhagen basket, dude. He fought like a perfect fight, and it wasn't enough.
He did.
Yan is a machine.
The first round, he didn't really get rolling, and then once he gets rolling, though, there's no stopping.
Thinking back, though, the 1 round Sterling won definitively was round 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's what Yan does.
Yeah.
He says, come on, let me see what you got.
I've been there, and I've been there. I've been there before. I know it takes a round to get warmed up or whatever, And
it's like
that, it's just.
It's like he's doing it on purpose. It's like he's like, seriously, I feel like he's saying, what's this guy got for me?
Yeah.
And goes to the corner and goes, because he's a fucking machine, and figures out the domination game plan, because Corey dominated round 1.
It was, yes.
Dominated.
Yes.
Fought a great round 2.
I think I even said maybe, or no, that was the Teixeira fight. I said 10-8. But yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, 10-8 in the Teixeira fight. But he did great in round 2, but now that's when Yan started pouring it on. So I think Corey, at the house on the couch, I was saying we got Sandhagen up two rounds on a couple cards. That's a split round. It was a split round, I thought. Round 3, Petr Yan domination. Round 4, Yan domination. Round 5, Sandhagen outstruck him big time.
It wasn't,
but lost.
I don't think they were really significant.
They were. They were registered as significant strikes, but you're right. That's my point. He would land 10 good strikes, and Yan would land 1 that would throw him across the fucking cage.
Yeah.
Now, these judges are basing off damage, dude. I mean, I could hit you 21 times, and you hit me the once, and you're going to get it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was. And it's heartbreaking, because I think that was the best Sandhagen you're ever going to get.
I think he has a bright future.
Oh, I do too. I do too.
So he's lost to TJ, and
the TJ fight's bullshit. Yeah, the TJ fight's bullshit in my opinion. I think Corey won 3 of the 5 rounds. They're just. Did you watch that fight?
Tomato. But
I know, man. I know.
He's lost to 2 of the most dominant bantamweights.
Yes. So and Aljamain Sterling choked him out in round 1.
Really?
Yes, a couple years ago.
He could beat Aljo right now.
I think so too. I think that's my point. Is I think Sandhagen fought a perfect fight, and just Yan is just that guy. Mm-hmm. So Usman said something last week that was awesome, but I hate him, so I didn't like it. But he said, I just want Colby to know that at the time that he existed, there was someone better. And I was like, that's what Corey Sandhagen's dealing with. Like, he fought a great fight. He landed fucking 250 strikes or some shit. He threw 500. A buddy of mine missed the fight. He was watching the. Do you have the
79?
Do you have the ESPN app?
Yeah.
So if you're not watching the fight, when the fight's live, it shows like Sandhagen and Jan.
Yeah.
And then a CompuBox, it's got stat counter.
Yep.
So my buddy was watching the stat counter, and when the fight was over, thought Sandhagen won. Then it said unanimous decision, Piotr Jan, and he's texting me going, what the fuck did I miss here? Sent me a screenshot. Sandhagen outstruck him in 3 of the 5. He won round 5, arguably on paper, but it's just that power, dude. It's that.
I'm sitting here looking at the stats right now as you're talking about this.
What was it?
Total strikes, 179 Sandhagen, 158 Jan.
So he outstruck Jan.
Significant, 149 Jan, 169 Sandhagen.
He outstruck Jan.
1 for 6 on takedowns.
Yes.
0 for 2 on takedowns.
For Jan?
For Jan. But he has 1 submission attempt.
So on paper, Sandhagen won every phase of the fucking game.
You could argue that, yes.
The only phase he didn't win is power,
You
which you can't put that down on paper.
Nope.
And it did. It look every time Jan hit him, bro, it was like, oh no, is he going down? Now that's one tough fucking kid to stay up through that fight, dude. But
man.
But whenever round 5 started, I was telling the guys, it could be 2-2. And then a minute to go in round 5, I was like, we lost. It's over. Sandhagen lost.
Yeah.
To find out it was 4-1 on every judge's scorecard kind of shocked me.
That's nuts.
Especially after what you just read.
Yeah.
Dude, 4-1.
You look on paper and it's really? Hold on, wait. That's why your friend was texting you. Hey, whoa, what the fuck's going on?
But not a lot of controversy. Not a lot of people chirping about it.
Nobody. You watched it, you knew.
Exactly.
Jan
was a fucking machine, dude. I feel sorry for Aljamain Sterling. I do.
Man, to win the belt like that, and then you haven't even defended it. Jan was whooping his ass.
Oh, dude.
Whooping his ass.
I was very vocal on this show whenever he pulled out of this fight that they should strip his ass. Like, after winning the belt like that. I think I remember hearing that. After winning the belt like that, and now you're pulling out 6 months later, fucking strip his ass. Let him be the #1 contender when he has a full bill of health. Until then, get the fuck out of here,
Fight
dude.
Sandhagen again.
I don't know about that.
No?
Well, he's going to unify against Jan. And Jan is going to run through him like a fucking choo-choo train. And then Sandhagen and TJ should probably fight again because that was a controversial fight. And I
could see that.
Aljo made some good points the other day. He said, TJ's crying about all this shit going on without him. Well, don't get your knee ripped apart in the middle of the fight. I mean, that was from being stuck in a bad position. Corey ripped his knee apart. How about don't get 28 cuts on your face? That's from getting your ass whooped.
Yeah.
Corey walked out of that fight with a sad face, and TJ was on crutches. I mean, the fact that the judges gave it to Dillashaw is just tragedy.
That was, when was that? July 24th?
It was summertime, yeah. It was summertime.
I believe that was.
It was very recent because Sandhagen took this fight on short notice, because Dillashaw was still recovering. Had the knee surgery immediately after the fight.
So he'll be back when?
February, March. I love that Dillashaw's back. I mean,
me too.
You love to hate him or you root for him. Either way, it's a win-win for fans. So I'm glad he's in the mix. I've always hated Jan. I don't know why. He got the title fight off of knocking out Uriah Faber at 41 years old. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Prime Uriah would have smoked that fool. But anyways, let's keep this going. This going. Islam Makhachev, round 1 submission over Dan Hooker. Chad and I talked a lot about rooting for Dan and wishing the best for Dan, but you knew deep down there was no chance. It was a bummer the way it went. It was like 2 minutes into the fight.
Dan kind of looked good at first and then...
immediately taken down.
Yep.
I mean, Makhachev was in his own corner, and his head coach is Khabib. And he said it after the fight, hey, having Khabib in your corner is kind of a cheat code. He told me when to grab the wrist. He told me when to step over the head. And the next thing you know, I was ripping that guy's shoulder out.
So he has 1 loss. And did he get knocked out?
He got knocked the fuck out. In the UFC, people act like he's Khabib 2.0, but he got knocked out not 3 years ago. A minute into his fight against a fella that I can't remember. So not any of the top of the pops. So... he is not invincible. We all wanted Dan to catch him with that knee to the chin or something, but it wasn't going to happen. It was never going to happen.
No, Dan is a game fighter.
He's a gamer, bro.
He'll be in your face.
He's the new Cowboy
he's
Cerrone.
Journeyman,
new Cowboy Cerrone.
He'll
take them all,
oh, yeah.
and he'll lose half of them. That's what I think of him.
Let's not talk about that. I fucking hate that he lost to Conor McGregor.
Oh, bro, that was bad. Hey, it's 7 or 8 losses in a row for him. It's
that bad.
The Conor victory, the Conor beating Cerrone has aged very poorly for Conor, because at the time it was like, oh yeah, he knocked out the most game dude in the sport, but the dude hasn't won in like 3 years.
I thought I seen him have an upcoming fight or talking about it.
Well, they were talking about him fighting Diego Sanchez, and then they had to let Sanchez go when that.
He's bare knuckle now.
Yeah, he's bare knuckle now.
Did you also know that
Mike Perry?
Bantamweight. Can't think of his name.
Mike Perry just joined bare knuckle.
Yeah, he fought Conor though too.
Who, a bantamweight?
Yeah. Chad Mendez. Is
he's a featherweight, bro.
Is he feather?
He's featherweight, bro.
He's bare knuckle too now.
He is bare knuckle. Yeah. He just signed a big deal.
It's crazy that he's even out of the UFC. But
they're talking about Perry versus Diego Sanchez bare knuckle, which I think would be bad for Diego, because Mike Perry is a journeyman, but in bare knuckle he's probably the fucking king. You know what I mean?
He might be. Yeah, Diego's just.
It's over, baby. Hate to say it. It's over.
He used to do training like hanging upside down in a tree. His coach was just punching him in the face.
There's some weird videos floating around of them too. That Ryan Fabian or some shit. He's bad news.
Crazy.
But
CTE.
Yeah, CTE. Okay. The only other big fight I want to talk about from Saturday was Khamzat Chimaev versus Li Jingliang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got hyped on Jingling. I mean, we were like cracking Jingling jokes. We put all our money on Jingling. Yeah, dude, we were betting him by knockout. We were hoping the COVID had kept Chimaev kind of not 100%.
Did he catch it recently?
He got it, I don't know, 9 months ago, and pulled out of the Leon Edwards fight.
That's plenty of time to recover.
Well, yeah,
I had it back in.
But then he retired.
July.
He retired.
He retired.
Yeah, he couldn't get over it. He kept signing fight deals with Leon and pulling out of the camp because he couldn't breathe. And then he retired.
I attest to that shit.
Bro.
I'm telling you, it took forever for my cardio to get back.
We thought it was, it was just going to be lights out for him, but he did what he always does, bro. It was his 4th UFC fight, and it was the 3rd time that a dude landed 0 strikes. Took him down.
Maybe threw one, though.
He threw one. Yeah,
Chimaev.
Like
252 to 1. 2.
Yes. That's in 4 fights.
Yeah.
That's all 4 added up. Yeah. Yeah. Dude.
I'm throwing 4 strikes for you get that close to me. What are you talking about?
He took him down. I mean,
boom.
He walked up and picked him up like this and looked for Dana White, went and slammed him in front of Dana White and said, literally in the middle of the fight, I'll fight Brock Lesnar, anyone. I'll kill them all. And then he submitted this dude.
He was talking after the fight, I'll kill them all. I did hear him saying that shit.
That's the hype train right there, boy. That's the hype train right there.
That's welterweight, man. That's my weight class.
They're talking about giving him a title fight. They're talking about giving him a title fight.
He's 10-0. I mean,
10 finishes, 10-0, but only 4 UFC fights. You think he should get to fight Colby or Usman?
Who else do you have at welterweight?
Well, the top 5 at welterweight, you got Usman, you got Colby number 1, you've got Justin Gaethje number 2. He's fighting Michael Chandler number 4.
Those are 2 lightweights.
Oh, those are 55. You got Usman, Colby. Jorge's not up there anymore.
No.
Leon is. Yeah,
Leon is 4, I believe.
Yeah, I got all fucked up there. So we got, okay, here we go. We got Usman, Colby, Gilbert Burns, Leon.
That's right, Burns.
Vicente Luque, Wonderboy. Wonderboy don't have a fight. I know.
He's washed.
I know. Michael Chiesa stands no chance. I love Michael Chiesa.
I do not like that guy.
I do.
I swear.
Have you seen his Gaethje commercial?
One guy. I always hope that fucker loses.
Have you seen his commercial with Gaethje? They're like facing off the whole time. Oh my God, dude. It has me rolling. It made me a fan. They're like at a party. And Gaethje walks up, is like, you got any beers? And they get right up nose to nose like a face-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a fridge full of them. And they're just bullshit, dude. It had me rolling, bro. But I don't think Chimaev should get a title fight. He's ranked.
He should fight Burns or isn't...
Gilbert is the one for me.
Yeah.
I called for it Saturday night with Chad. I was like, what about Gilbert? And Chad was like, I don't know about that.
Edwards is fighting. He's slated to fight...
Masvidal.
Oh, Masvidal.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And Luque is trying to get a fight with Nate Diaz, but Nate Diaz doesn't. Nate Diaz has one fight left on his deal. The UFC's trying to give him Chimaev. Like, to make a statement, I guess.
To Nate?
They don't want Nate to fight this last fight against, like, Luque, and whether he wins or loses, be able to box Jake Paul for $100 million. If he's going to leave them after his one fight.
Exciting, though.
I know. But if he's going to leave him, they want to fucking give him the ringer. And Chimaev is the ringer.
He's a Damian Maia of the welterweights.
Yeah, but Damian couldn't strike.
This guy, I haven't seen much striking from him. I haven't paid that much attention to him.
Dude, he one shot knocked out Gerald Meerschaert.
Oh, he did.
He did. Now, that's the small sample size.
But his game plan is to grab you and get you to the ground.
Yes, ground and pound or sub.
Better Damian Maia, we'll put it that way.
I agree,
Damian Maia 3.0.
I agree, bro. But you got to have him fight one more guy, in my opinion, before you give him the belt.
Yes, I 100% agree on that.
Dude, could Usman beat that guy? Because we say there's levels to this. You know, we say that, you know, number 1, 2, that's different, even than number 4, 5. But what happens?
Do you think he can beat Colby?
Dude, I think Colby's and new, baby, Saturday night. I think Colby's and new.
That's because I'm asking you because you're so high on Colby.
Oh, bro, I love Colby. In my heart, I feel like Usman wins, but not really. Even saying that, I feel like I'm lying. You know what I mean? I do, bro. I think Colby would smoke.
Yeah, no, that's what. Do you think Colby would beat
Chimaev?
Chimaev?
Yeah, dude. He's been calling him out all day. He's been saying, hey, come shot Chimaev. You better win a couple before you come calling me out, boy. He said, you retired due to COVID. COVID's got a 99.9% survival rate. It's a lot less with me in the cage. I was like, yes, baby. I love this motherfucker.
See, my buddy, he went and trained down in AT&T. He said he pieced up Colby.
You believe him?
I do.
Well, you know.
They said that
training room's sacred, bro. Training room's sacred. Who is this motherfucker?
No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. He said he pieced him up.
Well, listen.
He gave him some nice combos. I won't say that, but he knew going in there that they were going to throw him to Colby at the end.
Really?
And he was like, "I'm going to save my shit," you know. Fuck that. I know what's coming. You guys are going to throw me to Colby at the end, and they did.
How long ago do you think this was? Because there's many
5 months at least, 4 months recently.
He's lying. Recently. Colby ain't been in AT&T for 2 years.
Where's he at now?
Florida. I don't know. MMA Masters in Florida.
Oh, fact.
With Cesar Cordero.
No, I believe that. But
he's with Cesar. Now maybe the story's from when he was at AT&T because
I don't know if it was then or where he's at now.
After the last
Masters.
After the last Usman loss, which was not quite 2 years ago, Colby left AT&T. So if it was 2 years ago that this happened, it happened at AT&T. But if not, it was at MMA Masters. But that's neither here nor there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the big fights this weekend.
Yeah.
Don't
I
ever
love
say
them.
that. Don't ever say fuck
I'm
Colby.
excited for this whole fucking card.
Me too, bro.
Minus, I mean, I know Shane Burgos is a killer.
I love him, dude.
That's probably my least favorite fight, but I know that's who I would.
It's my least favorite fight on the card. But did you see his last knockout? He got punched, and then it took like 4 seconds of him just like still fighting before he went unconscious. Have you ever seen anything like that?
The Shane?
Yeah, he took a shot and was fine and was still in stance, and then like 3 seconds later just went out.
Yeah.
Scary shit, dude. Scary shit. But I think this is his first fight since then. Now, Billy Corontillo is a fucking gamer. He's kind of unknown, but he's on like a 4 or 5 fight win streak. The dude fucking bangs.
I think I've seen one of his fights.
He just fought a couple months ago, and he got dominated for 10, 12 minutes, and then darshed this motherfucker standing up. And got the win, baby.
That's the fight I did see.
I love it.
I'm more excited for the Alec Quinta and Bobby Green fight.
Yeah, the prelims are packed, dude. I mean, this whole card. Do you know who Alex Pereira is?
No, I see that he's got my same record, and he's the fucking.
Well, he's a pro kickboxer. He's the guy who knocked out Adesanya. He's the only guy to ever beat Adesanya at 185.
I'm going to make sure I watch that
Yeah,
fight.
he beat him twice. He decisioned him, and then he knocked him out cold, brother. And this is his UFC debut. That's a huge deal.
I watched the knockout. It is out cold.
And that Andreas Michailidis that they're making him fight is a gamer, dude. I mean, they ain't giving him no easy path.
No, fuck no.
They want him to go
like 13-4, 3-1. Damn.
Yeah, they want him to go 3-0 and then fight Izzy. They don't want to make this a 4-year thing. They want the sooner the better.
Right.
That's what they love. Ally Quinta and Bobby Green is an awesome fight. Al's been out a lot for injury for the last couple of years, but he's still raging now, baby. He took Khabib to the distance on short notice, which was crazy. And Bobby Green, everybody loves Bobby Green. That's a bad
exciting fighter.
Phil Hawes, that's Megatron. He's a knockout machine. Edmund Shahbazian, that's the golden boy. He was 11-0, and now he's 11-2. Derek Brunson fucked him up.
Yeah, bad.
And then he lost to, God damn it, the dude that's always going for the ankle locks at 185.
Damian Maia?
No, this bastard is not
ankle locks.
Jack Hermanson. He lost to Jack Hermanson too. Okay, that's the prelims. Ian Gary, they're saying he's the next Conor McGregor. He's making his debut on the early prelims. But anyways, first fight on the main card is Gaethje Chandler. They moved it up.
Whoa.
They moved it up because old boy Trevor Whitman, he's coaching Gaethje and Rose and Usman. Well, he had 3 fights back to back to back. That means you can't be warming up with Rose when you're out there with Justin. You can't be warming up with Kamaru when you're out there with Rose. So they moved the Gaethje fight to number 1 on the main card. So Gaethje Chandler, they keep talking like the fans like main event. I don't agree. I love the fight. I think it's awesome. But
that's
main events.
That's a main event fight.
The main event's 5 rounds for the gold, baby.
Oh yeah.
Who do you got? Gaethje or Chandler?
Chandler.
You're so fucking crazy, bro. My brother said the same shit. I just don't see it.
Chandler. This fight should have happened in Bellator.
Well, I don't think Gaethje was ever in Bellator. He was in World Series of Fighting. Yeah, Gaethje wasn't in Bellator.
You sure?
Yes.
I thought they were in Bellator together.
No. Now, Chandler was for years.
For years.
And he was the king. Mm-hmm. But it's always, people always say the minor leagues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gaethje was the World Series of Fighting champion and came straight to UFC from there. And actually, I think won 1 fight and then lost 2 in a row to Michael Johnson and Dustin Poirier. And since then, he's been a machine, bro.
He said, or was that your podcast I was listening to?
Probably.
And Khabib said if he had to take like one more body kick.
One more leg kick.
Leg kick or whatever from Gaethje, that he was
done. He was done. That's special praise from the GOAT. You know what I mean?
That's
one more leg kick and he was done, he said. Now, he wouldn't have quit fighting, but he would not have been standing or running around.
As soon as he came out, we would have went to the ground.
Well, and if it was as bad as he was making it sound, if Gaethje managed to get away and stood up and the ref said, okay, up, and he couldn't get up, that's TKO. So
yes, sir. Can't answer the bell.
Yeah, I think Gaethje will leg kick the fuck out of Chandler, weaken that punch. And one thing he doesn't need to weaken is Chandler's chin, baby, because it's already compromised, baby.
I mean, yes, it is.
Fuck,
it's been compromised.
I know.
But he's such an explosive fighter.
He is, dude. He 10-8'd Oliveira in the first round of that title fight. 10-8'd him.
For sure.
And then got knocked out 9 seconds into the second.
What pissed me off about that fight is I understand you want to beat someone where they're the best at, and that's what he was trying to prove when he could have just stood the fuck up and knocked him out.
I know. Well,
he learned though. He learned his lesson.
He did, man. The hook that Oliveira threw was perfect. It was not wide. It was just like it was just like 6 inches from his body. Just boom, dude. And it was
on the button.
Well, in the first round, there's an argument that they should have stopped it when Chandler was fucking hammer fisting the fuck out of him.
I thought they were going.
We thought they were too. We were screaming at the TV, going,
"No,
no!" We hate Chandler at my house. We don't like him.
When I listen to your podcast, I'm like, you say some shit, I'm like, man, I wish I was in studio. I'd be like, oh, motherfucker, fuck you. Like, just some of this shit you say.
Look, I like Chandler as a dude. When he's doing interviews, I'm like, what a nice guy. But when it comes to fighting, I didn't agree that he got the push to the top right away. I didn't agree that he got the title fight right away. And I was glad to see him get dropped. Now, he's trying to earn it back. Good for him.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Jump to an organization and be like, oh, I'm getting the title fight.
I know.
You know, but they do that.
Oh, yeah.
The Bellator is terrible about it with UFC fighters.
Anytime they sign a UFC.
Title fight.
I know. The new number one contender, Corey Anderson.
Title fight. Hey,
the fuck?
Corey is.
We don't like Corey over here either.
I know. Trust me. I know.
We don't like Corey over here.
We are talking about him. The motherfucker's doing
it. You are our biggest fan. I love it, bro. Anyways, Gaethje by decimation. I don't think Mike's got a chance. I'll be texting you when it happens, especially since you're on the other team.
For sure.
Okay, Shane Burgos, Billy Corontillo. There's not a lot to say here because they're both Shane's seasoned vet, but they're both relatively unknown to the casual fan. And there will be a lot of casual fans Saturday night because it's a huge pay-per-view. You know, like the Cody Gottmans of the world, the guys that order just a couple a year, they might be ordering Saturday night because it is huge. It's getting pushed everywhere. It's on ESPN.
They're also sharing the night though with
Canelo and Caleb Plant, which I'm jacked to see too.
Plant's gonna get planted on his fucking face.
Wouldn't it be epic if he won though?
If he beat
Canelo,
the only person that's able to do that is Floyd, and that was an early young Canelo.
Floyd's the smartest fighter ever to live. Man, he got the good ones young, didn't he? God, or old.
Well, he was old.
No. Who's the guy he waited till they were old to fight?
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao, yeah. He ain't no dummy, bro. He ain't no dummy.
Smart.
I'll be rooting for Billy Q in this fight, but probably Hurricane Shane will get him.
That's who I would bet on if I was a betting man.
It's hard to call, really. I mean, it's cool that they'll be on the main card of a big pay-per-view.
It is a huge pay-per-view, man.
Okay, so Frankie the Answer is fighting Chito Vera. This is awesome because Chito is like one of the most game dudes in the UFC, but didn't really get a lot of shine, even though he had like 7 finishes in a row until he fought Sugar Sean, because Sugar Sean is the superstar.
Right.
Well, he fucked him up, and now he's finally getting the recognition. They put him in there with Jose Aldo, and he won round 1 decisively.
That's the one that beat Shane O'Malley?
Sean lost to Marlon Vera.
Fucked his knee up, didn't he?
Well, yeah.
And then TKO'd him.
Yeah. Fight's a fight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you tear your ACL taking your first step and the guy knocks you out, no one's going to say shit about that ACL. That's the sad thing. I mean, it's a cage fight. But yeah, Chito fucked him up. And Frankie's on a bit of a losing streak, man.
I hate it.
Frankie had that tough fight with Pedro Munoz that could have went either way. It could have went either way. But it went to Frankie. Well, after that, Frankie got to fight... well, I know Corey Sandhagen knocked him out in 30 seconds.
Frankie made this freaking weight cut way too late in his career.
Yeah, he should have been here forever ago.
Yeah.
When I heard that he was fighting for the 155 belt, but his walk around was 158, I was like, what in the fuck?
He was doing it, though. He was doing it,
crazy.
Dude. It was crazy.
He was doing it.
He's one of my hands down favorite fighters.
That's my partner's favorite, Chad. That's his favorite.
He's always moving, constantly moving, looking, pow, 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 going. Him and Anderson Silva and John Jones.
I like that
I know you hate John Jones.
Oh, I do.
I hate him.
Well, I mean, I guess he's kind of growing on me lately, the way he's beating his wife and all that cool shit. Yeah, fuck yeah, I hate John Jones. He's a bag of shit. Frankie needs a win. And Cheeto's a badass dude, but, you know, if Frankie loses, it's just an age thing to me because I think Frankie is better. I think Frankie's better.
Either way, I want to see Frankie win, but I think Frankie needs to hang it up.
I do too. I would love for him to maybe win like a super close split decision where they both get some shine and then say, this was it for me, guys. This camp was hard. I can't keep doing this to my family. Dude, Frankie is
He's
the kind
been
of
fighting forever.
Dude, he's the kind of good-looking, well-spoken man that could be like on the booth with them or do the pre-fight show. Like, there's a future here, dude.
I think he holds almost every record there can be, like, time in the cage.
Oh, he's got that.
For sure. Like,
yeah, he's got that for sure. Yep. That's an insane stat, dude.
Nobody is even close. I think the next closest person is still light years away.
Yeah, it is, and it's someone you wouldn't expect. It's like someone who's not been around forever. I can't think of who it is, but they're always fighting decisions. It's like Neil Magny or something like that.
Really?
Yes, it's someone you would not expect.
I'll have to check that out.
But, I'm rooting for Cheeto because he's my guy, but wouldn't hate to see Frankie win. So
we're split there again.
We're split there again. Okay, now the big dogs. Rose Namajunas and Weili Zhang, which we don't really know what to expect here because the first fight was 20 seconds long.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, bro.
I'm beyond excited. This fight, it's because Weili, she ain't no bitch.
No, dude. They said she was like the baddest bitch in the division. Like her losing last time was a shocker.
Granted, she was knocked out.
Yeah.
She didn't want to say she was knocked out either. She was like, no, I can keep fighting.
Dude.
I can keep fighting.
That breaks my heart when they jump up and they complain.
Yeah, like, you were out.
Well, I love when like someone I don't like stands up like, what the fuck? And they can't even stand. You're like, come on, man. Sit down, man.
But like, yeah. This
Rose knocked her out.
Either way.
Rose knocked her out quick.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know. We don't know who the more tactical or better striker or better grappler. Now, Weili's been training with Cejudo for like 4 or 5 months.
You love Triple C.
I love him, bro. But I'll tell you this. If that bitch tries to wrestle Rose, she will get subbed. I'm betting Rose by submission.
Rose?
I'm betting Rose by submission. That's my bet. I think Rose is the better fighter. Rose has had a bunch of these where she's fought the same fighter twice in a row. She did it to Joanna Jacek, which is like the biggest example. She knocked her ass out, and then she fought her to a 5-round decision, won both handily. I expect something similar. I expect Rose to win handily.
I don't think she'll knock her out again.
She may win a decision, but I think she'll tap her.
I'm seeing decision.
I think she'll tap her. Why are you going to be with Cejudo for 6 months if you're not going to try to wrestle? If you're not trying to grapple, what are you doing with Henry?
That's a good question.
She's going to try to grapple.
That's a very good question.
The bitch buzzed her hair off after Rose knocked her out. Like
Weili did?
Yeah,
So she went down a Rose path.
Yeah, dude. Rose is living in her head.
Rose path.
Oh, Rose is in her head, bro.
Shit.
How is Rose only 11-4?
I was just looking at that.
She's been around forever.
She has been, and she lost.
She's lost to the Juliana Pena or whoever's the other number one contender. She lost to her on Tough. I mean, she's lost a few fights. I'm not quite sure who they're to, but she's only 29 years old. I feel like she's been in the UFC for 10 fucking years. Those old 2014, 2015 clips, they just look retro, I guess. But
she had hair then, though, too.
Dude, she is pretty. She's so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
But when she was fighting Paige, they were building it up like they wanted her to pose for posters for the Paige Van Zandt fight night and shit. And she buzzed her hair. She's like, I'm sick of this pretty lady shit, and buzzed her hair because of it.
That was why she did it.
Yeah, because she didn't want to be the two hot girls fighting. And she fucking looks badass with a buzz cut, you know?
Paige Van Zandt.
But she's got that
all over TikTok.
She's got that special kind of combo because, you know, Pat Barry's like one of the best strikers of all time.
He's a good striker.
Kickboxer.
I would say best striker of all time.
Well, he's a great coach.
Yes.
And she's got Trevor Whitman, who probably is the best striking coach of all time. It's not debatable anymore. He took Usman, who could only wrestle, and made him a fucking knockout machine, dude. Whitman's a special guy, and he's only got 3 fighters. Can you imagine that? Being one of the most coveted coaches in the U.S. and being like, no, I already broke my rules when I took on a third.
Right.
I'd have fucking 8 schools across the country just pumping out machines, stop by every once in a while and show some tricks.
It's like the Gracies.
Yeah. They're a franchise.
Everywhere.
They're a franchise now.
Come in once in a while.
Gracie BJJ, baby. We could probably have one if we had the money for the franchise.
For sure.
Okay. Main event. Usman Covington 2. The first fight was one of the best fights of all time. That is not my opinion. That is like everywhere. Everyone says that. You know, Dana White says that, and he's been watching fights for 24 years. It was an awesome fight, dude. And it was a fight where Colby was up 3-1 on one card. Usman was up 3-1 on another card, and it was 2-2 on the other card. And then Colby went down with a minute to go. Now, he jumped up complaining immediately. Was fighting with a broken jaw for 2.5 rounds. The dude did not want it to get stopped. He was winning round 5 until that one punch changed the game. Then Usman rained on him for 40 seconds, and it was over.
Mm-hmm.
If that one punch doesn't wobble him, and Usman doesn't get to do the, awkward ground and pound until they stop it, Colby's winning round 5. I mean, it could have been and new.
Could have. And
they both say that they fought not my own style because he was in my head so much. I just wanted to whoop his ass. And Colby says, like, I was at AT&T and not getting enough time. There's so many stars there, and I just went against my own game plan because I wanted to whoop his ass. And they're both saying it's going to be different this time.
We'll see.
We'll see. I hope Colby puts a fucking pace on him, wrestles him, whoops his ass, finishes him.
That's Colby's only chance, in my opinion, is the pace.
Yeah, the pace is unstoppable.
He does put out a ridiculous pace.
And, well, Gilbert wobbled Usman in February. He got him with a good shot. Usman was hurt and dropped, and Gilbert wanted him to get back up. So he wasted like 90 seconds and let Usman recover, and the next thing you know, Usman's jabbing him to sleep. Seriously. So Usman's not untouchable.
No,
I think he juices. I do. I know it's a joke.
If I had a 3-month camp where that's what I strictly did was train every day, I think I could beat him.
Usman?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I love to hear you say that, man.
But I do, I juggle so much shit to just focus on one thing. You know what I'm saying? If I just focused on fighting.
I wanted to ask you about that. Well, before we move on,
yeah.
I'm picking Colby.
You're going Colby.
100%.
I know.
Who do you think's going to win?
I'm going Usman.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think it'll be a decision.
I don't either. I think somebody's going,
Somebody is going to sleep.
So I wanted to ask you about that. So, guys, I go to Vinci Martial Arts in North City. I've talked about it a multitude of times. I fucking love it there. They made me feel like part of the crew. I have no aspirations of fighting pro, but just as much as I've grown in just a couple months, and as much as people pat me on the back when no one's around and say, dude, you're telling me I'm like a sponge soaking everything up. Other guys are telling me my kicks are fucking unreal. Other guys are telling me my jab, William told me my jab is fucking stiff as fuck.
It's good.
Maybe one day I will do something.
Hey, you never know.
Fucking 12 classes in and I feel like a phenom. but there is a phenom in the room, and it's this dude right here. What is it like trying to be a professional fighter, which you are,
right,
with a full-time job, a full-time family? How do you juggle it? You send me snaps at 4 a.m. and you're eating your second breakfast by the time I'm waking up and have already went to the gym, and then you're going to work. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this machine?
Dedication, man. Dedication.
So what's a fight camp like?
Time.
Do you have a camp?
No, I just train all the time.
You just go to work and go to class?
Go to work, go to class.
And how often are you in class?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is my off day, hence I'm here.
Hell yeah.
Thursday,
hell yeah.
Class. Friday, I might spar if I get a hold of somebody, and then Saturday again. So you're looking at 4 days a week. On top of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym to lift before work because I can't fit that in, after work and class, and then still see the family.
Right. And is it girlfriend, wife?
The wife.
Just the one child?
Yes.
What's his name?
Asher.
So you have to juggle all this and still get to the fight and be prepared.
Yes, sir.
And this is your 5th pro fight?
Yep.
And you lost one time, your first one.
Yes, sir.
What happened there?
The guy TKO'd me, but there's a lot of things that came into factor and played in there.
This is your chance. Like what?
I was cutting down to 155. I walk around about 190, 195.
And you fight at 170,
170, right? Yes.
So why the 55?
at the time I was like, the lower I can get, you know.
Oh, that is the general consensus.
The better you'll be.
The lower you can get, the bigger you are.
Right.
Yeah. And you made it to 55?
Yes.
Holy fuck,
yes.
bro. And you weighed 190 a week ago?
Yes.
Dude. How?
I was cutting a lot of weight, ridiculous amounts.
When you say cut, do you mean that final, like when you're saunaing, like all that shit, or do you mean like you starved for weeks?
Well, yes, that initially. So like right now, I'm about 188. I'm kind of altering my diet, getting prepped for next week.
We're 10 days out.
Yeah.
We're 10 days out.
Weight cut is next week. I'll lose the rest of the weight by water loading and intermittent fasting. And then on Thursday at, let's say, weigh-ins, or Friday at 5, I'll stop and eat. I'll have nothing to eat or drink after 5 p.m. Thursday.
Until Friday after weigh-ins. When you say water loading, like to someone who may not know, what does that mean? Because to me, you're saying, oh, dude, once I water load, well, doesn't that make you gain more?
Oh, yeah.
So if you're 188 and you water load, you could be 196.
Right.
But you sweat more out than you put on?
It's a science, man. I do the shit and it works, you know. I don't know the exact science behind it, but yes, that's how you
so you actually gain a couple.
And then you'll gain, whatever a gallon of water weighs, but, you know, sweat, piss, all that shit. You know, you get that off.
So you flush out,
yes,
not only what you just took in, you flush out everything that might be.
Yes. Hanging on.
Okay.
So like this Sunday coming up, I'll have 2 gallons.
6 days out. So 2 gallons before bed.
Yep. Monday I'll have 1.5 gallons. Tuesday I'll have 1 gallon. Wednesday I'll have another gallon. Then Thursday I'll try to have 0.5 gallon done by
the time you go dry. What is that like from Thursday night till when's weigh-ins at night?
Friday night.
Not in the morning.
No, usually in the fucking evening.
Damn.
So you gotta go all day, which kind of works out. You know, you get the morning to wake up, see where you're at, what initially you have to cut off. You know, go to the sauna, sweat it out. Sometimes if you're lucky, like there's been weight cuts where I hadn't had to use a sauna.
Really?
Yeah. Just
you ever woke up
on
weigh-in day and been 171?
173.
What happens then? Hang out all day?
Yeah.
Train a little?
Fuck yeah.
So you train on actual weigh-in day?
No, not usually.
Not to get a sweat?
If I have to get a sweat, I'll roll around, whatever.
9 out of 10, you're going to need to lose some weight.
Whatever. Do something just to get a sweat going. Rowing, anything. And I'll shed the last. Usually that day, I'll probably lose 7 pounds.
Damn. And
7 pounds.
Saturday, after you've made it to the promised land, we made weight, it's fight night.
190.
Oh, baby.
Back up to 190.
And how does
that? I couldn't. So when I was cutting down to 55, I wasn't able to put all of that back on.
Oh, fuck.
I was only I wasn't even gaining 70. I wasn't gaining back to 75.
Dude, were you famishing yourself to make the weight?
Yes. And the guy I was fighting, he's got a pretty good record now. I haven't checked on it in a while, but it's a loss that sat with me, and I wanted a rematch, and he wouldn't fucking fight me.
You told me about that.
But he kneed me in the balls 3 times. Kicked me twice and then kneed me, like straight up tie, plum knee, boom, right in the balls.
Dude. No referee?
Oh, no, yeah. He's finally, after that, I've been disqualified in my amateur career for outside leg kicks that were deemed inside ball kicks. 3 after 3.
Really?
Amateur.
You're talking legit leg kicks,
yes, though. Legit. The video footage went back after they wrote an article on it and was like, after we actually went back and looked, these leg kicks were outside leg kicks, not even inside leg kicks.
And they don't overturn that because it's amateur.
It's amateur. Fuck it. Chalk it up. Whatever. But 3 nut shots, pro level, and he finally took a point from him. Well, pissed me off. Came out. Burned everything I had left in the tank. Caught me with the 3rd round. Caught me with a good knee that dropped me. And at that point, he started punching, and I was like, I
needed the body.
Really have, good body shot. I'm telling you, body shots are the best thing to hit somebody with. Dude. I hit it. Granted, I love knocking people out. It's awesome, but you hit somebody with a nice body shot, and you see them struggling to grasp for their breath. It's
just
like,
chipping away.
What the fuck are you gonna do?
So, do you believe that the 35-pound diet weight cut is why you got TKO'd, or do you believe it just wasn't?
I believe it had something to do with it. I mean, I'm 3-1, first loss, 55, move up to 70. I haven't lost since.
Right. And in fact,
I knocked out a Contender Series fighter. He fought on the Contender Series.
Really?
Logan Urban.
I knew you knocked out a dude who was in Bellator for multiple fights.
Kurtz knocked him out in 9 seconds.
Dude, that's saying something. A dude that not only makes it to Bellator.
He fought Charlie Ward, who's Conor McGregor's teammate.
And beat him?
No, they went all 3 rounds, and he ended up getting TKO'd. But then the next fight, he gets in there, and 9 seconds, he's knocked out.
Well, that's what's cool to me is, like, you know, being your teammate, and, you know, I don't take it for granted. I get to train with you a lot. Like, I bragged about the private we did, even though we were just fucking around.
Right.
Like, that meant so much to me.
It was what was that, Friday?
Bro, you brought your son because you guys were going to see a movie. Like, you fit me in.
Like I said,
dude, that meant the world.
Shit around.
That meant the world. But to make it to Bellator, if a guy makes it to Bellator, loses and gets cut, he comes home to his hometown and tells his I made it story.
Right.
This dude was fought 3 times, probably was in Bellator for a year and a half.
Vet, we'll say Bellator vet because
Bellator vet.
3 fights.
That's not a one and done. That's not a filling in for a guy. That's
I want to make it to the UFC and win and be like, yeah, I made it.
Yes.
That's when you make it. Granted, you got your PFLs.
Bellator, PFL, one. Nothing wrong with any
Bellator,
of those.
No.
Nothing wrong with any of those.
That's a good
stepping stones.
Boom, you're there. But I'm 32 and I'm trying to get to the fucking big show.
Bro, if you were in a PFL tournament next summer at 33 years old, it pays $1 million to win. And that's not counting your fight pay for each week.
McDonald didn't even win that shit. He got beat.
He got robbed once, and then he got beat once.
I watched that.
Yeah, that was a bummer. So we got to fight. We got to fight in 10 days. I'll be there front row, dude. I am so fucking jacked to go.
I'm excited.
Jacked to go. I'm going to try to get every fucking angle I can get. I'll record all 15 if it goes all 15, and I'll record 20 if it goes 20 seconds, baby. But
I don't see it going 15.
What do we got? Who do we got?
Gavilan Bland.
And he is a wrestler?
He's a wrestler background. I guess he's got 2 years of college wrestling.
So,
Northern Iowa.
Because you're a knockout artist, I guess people would say your weakness is the ground.
The ground.
Yeah, but you twist everyone I've ever seen up like pretzels down there. Seriously, dude.
I got amazing ground defense. I got good MMA grappling.
So, game. If you guys don't know what a shark tank is, that's just what we call it at class. When this guy decides he wants to go 10 minutes at a time. And every 1 minute, a fresh fighter jumps in and takes him in a bad position. It is not like, all right, minute's up, Danton, get in there with him. No, you're supposed to jump on his back. You're supposed to do the shittiest thing you can do to this guy. And he did 30 minutes the other night with 6 or 7 fresh guys coming in a minute at a time. And nobody touched you, dude. It's fucking disgusting. Like, how can you go 30 minutes of rolling?
Hey, I was honestly surprised by that.
Bro.
Because I did the 20 the week before. Yeah,
the 20 was awesome.
And I was like, I could maybe do another 10.
Bro.
And then I tried it, and I was like...
The whole team.
Fuck yeah.
Coach is smiling with his arms crossed, and the whole team is gassed, sitting on, like, punching bags and shit, besides whoever's out there with you. And, like, who's next? Oh, who's next? People going, no, man, I'm out. Like, holy fuck. How's this guy going, man? But it's awesome, bro. I can't wait to watch you fight, man. I really think you're going to get this motherfucker. I think if he's really going to be... So this guy, I heard this from Coach. I heard this from the group chat where us guys chat. Mm-hmm. I guess this guy had a kickboxing fight. a while back?
Yeah, that's what he fought one of the guys from the gym, actually, Cedric.
Really?
Yeah.
And got no contest.
They both were kind of trying to take each other down.
Okay.
At first, it started like...
I thought your opponent, like, repeatedly took a guy down.
No. I watched the video because I stumbled across it, and I was like, oh, let me check this out. You know, let me just see what his stand-up's like.
Right.
And, no, he was taking Cedric down, then Cedric started kind of taking him down and tripping him, and the ref looked over, and I guess the judges or somebody was like, that's enough. If you're going to fight MMA, you should have fought MMA and not kickboxing.
Really? And they just no contest?
Just no contest.
Okay. I guess I took that wrong. I thought this guy was, like, desperately taking shots in a kickboxing match. Like,
it was a back and forth fight.
So is he a good striker?
He looks like he has all right striking. I think he's going to come out and maybe try to strike, throw a couple of strikes to see a filler, but...
And if he don't feel good, go for the takedown.
I'm pretty sure he's been training with Kurtz, who was supposed to want to take me down. He switched his game plan last minute.
That's the dude that went to sleep in 9 seconds?
9 seconds, yeah.
Oh, bro.
He wanted to get me down. He asked me for a rematch, and I honestly think he got away easy. Because the guy I fought before him, that was my first fight back in like 3 years. COVID happened, and then fucking life. I put on a bunch of weight. I was like 230.
Damn.
And then I came back, and I was like, yeah, I want to fight again. And Brian's like, middleweight? I was like, welterweight. He's like, middleweight? I was like, welterweight. He's like, oh my God. You think you can get down to that?
You weren't fat, right? You were
no,
yoked.
I was just, but I wasn't really
you were lifting
either.
You were just,
I was big. I had put
healthy
on
big.
Yes.
Healthy big.
Yes. And he was like, all right, let's see. He's like, and then that was in February. In April, I made 169.3.
Damn. Is that the lowest you weighed in?
I did a lot of strict dieting for that, though. But I was still eating really good, but healthy, strict, intermittent fasting, what I usually do for my weight cut week. I did it for like 2 fucking months.
So intermittent fasting, does that mean you like don't eat from 5 p.m. till
11
a.m.?
Yeah. Usually my first meal is like 11 a.m. I'll have, so next week I won't have any oats, but I usually eat oatmeal in the morning. I'll have eggs, maybe some turkey sausage, and that's it. And then with a shake. And then I'll have, for a snack, I'll have a mixed fucking trail mix that I make, mix it up, have that throughout the day. And then by 5, I'll have chicken, quinoa, however you fuckers say it. I don't know. Quinoa. And then either alternate baked sweet potato or Brussels sprouts and broccoli.
And no matter how famished you feel, from 5 till 11 a.m.
Usually those, I
don't touch shit.
Yep. Nope.
And it works.
Yes, sir.
I got to get something like that going on, bro.
It's dedication and mental. Like, you have to tell yourself that you can fucking do it.
I feel like I'm dedicated to the training, but
you started, but that's steps. Stepping.
Since I'm not a fighter, I have no weight class, so I actually don't have to. And I'm abusing that privilege of like I can eat whatever the fuck I want.
Caleb, he wants to get. He's got if he wants to get to a certain weight, because he's came in, he lost a shit ton of weight too. And he's like, man, I feel like a plateau. I'm like, you gotta change your diet up a little bit, do a little more cardio,
dude.
And you'll see fucking changes. I promise you.
A lot of guys won't run the miles like I do, but when I hit a plateau too at like 210 pounds. And my dad lost 200 pounds or something crazy. He said, buddy, when this happened to me, he said, I ate candy, fucking ice cream, everything I wanted for 2 days. I read it online, shock your system.
Yeah.
He said, I went right back to my diet. Started dropping like crazy, and it worked.
Really?
Now I'm like 195. I was stuck at 210 for fucking 3 months of running 5 fucking miles a day, dude. Yeah. Damn. I binged like a motherfucker for longer than 2 days. I probably went 3 or 4 or 5 days. I went from 210 to like 214 and then just started falling off. It's crazy. It works. So tell Caleb, like, shock your system, because he's wanting to fight soon.
Yeah, I think late December.
Good for him, dude.
I don't know when in December, so I got that December 4th fight as well.
Oh, yeah. You got a fight booked 3 weeks after this one.
Yes.
And who's that guy?
Jeremiah Curtright.
Okay, our first fight is in Cape Girardeau. What's the venue?
Cage of Honor.
Cage of Honor. Yeah. There are tons of tickets available, guys. They might just be floor seats, but it's not expensive to go. I mean, I'm sitting in the fucking front row. I could never do that like at a fucking UFC. I mean, just, get a hold of me or Skylar or Zach or anybody. Skylar can give you guys my info, but lots of tickets. We'd love to have all the support we can get.
Fucking right.
And that's at Cape, so that's 2 hours. Me and Gottman are making the roadie. Where's the next fight?
St. Charles at the Ameristar Casino.
Ooh, a casino fight. St. Louis?
Yep.
Okay, so same deal, 2.5, 3 hours.
Yep. Shamrock FC, they're pretty fucking well known.
I heard they're pretty legit.
Yeah.
And so is this other place, right? Cage of Honor?
Cage of Honor, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a well-known, well-run place. But anyways, we're going to have to get out of here. We all got some stuff we got to do. I hate that Chad was out. I've been so looking forward to you two meeting just because he's like my partner in crime, and at the gym you're like my partner in crime.
Fuck it though, man.
Like we'll figure out something eventually. But
sure, I'll be back.
William mentioned coming on, and I offered him the other seat because Chad was going to be out. He canceled on me today. I hadn't heard from him, so I didn't think he was coming, so I didn't even mention it. But since you're both fighting on the same card, I thought, hey, fucking come on, like let's talk about the fight. So we'll get him in here sometime. Anyone from Vinci that's fighting, any of you are more than welcome to come in anytime. But anyone that's fighting can always come on and try to promote it or just whatever you guys want to do. Colby's going to be the new champ Saturday night. I'll be in here talking about that next Wednesday. And
don't have me back next Wednesday.
In 10 days, Zach will be 4-1 with another knockout on his record, and I'm excited about it.
Yes, sir.
But that's all I got, boys.
Hey, it's your show. I'm just here, baby.
See you next time.
Yes, sir. See you.